What's up, Organizedpreneur family? I hope you're enjoying this series that we're doing on the Dream Flow Formula. So, today we're going to be talking about the R in the Dream Flow Formula, and the R stands for relationships. So, stay tuned. You ready? Let's
Started
go.
my professional organizing business where I would go out to clients' homes and offices and I would organize their cars. I would organize, anything that they would have me to uh, organize, right? Their homes, their offices. I've worked with pastors or entrepreneurs, attorneys, physicians, realtors. I've pretty much covered a wide variety of different types of clients. And so, but one of the reasons that I started my professional organizing business, and this is just one of the reasons, there are many reasons. I do love helping people to get organized, but one of the reasons that I started my organizing business was due to my own pack rat tendencies, because I like to save stuff. I like to hold on to stuff. I mean, and it is a challenge for me, right? And so I've been my own ongoing client of my services, right? And so I refer to myself as a redeemed organized pack rat. It's a journey. It's not a destination. It is a journey and an ongoing process. And so over the years um, of working with clients, I've discovered several things. One of those things is that there's a holistic approach that has to happen. In other words, the clutter that you see usually is a reflection of something that's going on inside. It could be emotional, it could be, mental, it could be a whole lot of other types of clutter that that brings about the external clutter, that you see, right? Um, and so, you know, I've suffered from it from, different times in my life. There are things that it may be trauma, it may be that you grew up seeing a lot of clutter. It could be a lot of things that really contribute to the amount of clutter that we see. But most people want to start with what we see and not deal with the internal part of what may be causing it, right? Because again, it brings up a lot of, emotional things that could be going on. But now that's not what we're going to talk about today. Because now I actually, even though I still do that and I work with clients, dealing with clutter, basically what I do now is help female entrepreneurs through the journey of decluttering and organizing and streamlining their life and business, which really is instrumental in helping them to launch or maybe relaunch their businesses. And so that they can have the life and business of their dream. So that helps my clients to get clarity. It helps them to avoid a lot of the pitfalls that I've experienced in business. And so that's really what I'm all about. I've learned so much over the years. I've been again, this it's been a 20-year journey. 2003 when I first started in the organizing business, and really just kind of pivoted some to really focus on female solo preneurs. So today we're going to talk about the Dream Flow formula. Okay, we have been in this series for the past few weeks, right? And so in this series, we've been talking about, how to achieve more in less time without the hustle and grind. And so this part of today's topic is a segment, if you will, of the overall series. And so the Dream Flow formula is about systems that help you to create more time and eliminate the hustle and grind. I know that's a whole lot of stuff that I'm saying there, but I think you get it. Because for most solopreneurs, we typically handle a lot of different aspects of our business. We're doing the marketing, we're doing the sales, we're doing administration, we're doing the customer support, we're doing all of this stuff. And we're just wearing a lot of hats, a lot of responsibilities, and it can really become challenging. And sometimes we don't even have the type of systems, right, to handle all of those things, right? And we're all over the place. And so this still relates to clutter, right? And so what I'm here to help people do is to really kind of streamline all of that, right? Because there's a lack of structured processes that can lead to a lot of inefficiencies and prevent you from achieving that time freedom. When you have, good systems in place, automation and documenting processes and things like that, it creates freedom, right? And most of us recognize the fact that, having control over our schedule and working on our own terms and having a better work-life harmony is really essential, right? It's really important to us, right? And, because you want to spend time with your family, you want to, do other things, you may want to be pursuing other interests. And so a lot of times when we are in that hustle and grind and we've got a lot of clutter and we're doing a lot of things and wearing a lot of hats, it's really hard to see how we can have better work-life harmony. So I mentioned the dream flow formula. So aside from the fact that dream is a part of my name, right? It is an acronym. It's an acronym for a 5-step process that really helps you to create more time and freedom in your business, right? It also helps you to create a better experience for you and your clients and those that's engaging with you, whether they're prospects or clients. It creates a better experience, right? So right now we're on the second step in the process, and I'll just quickly go over what the 5 steps are. But because, like I said, the letters in DREAM stands for a step in the process. Okay, so the D in the Dream Flow formula stands for Discovery Marketing System. Okay, Discovery Marketing System. We went over that in a little bit more detail last time we were together. Okay. The R stands for Relationship Building System, which is what we're going to talk about today, right? Because once people discover you, like in the Discovery Marketing System, they are less likely to marry you. I like to say marry you, right? They're less, because they want to know more about you. They've discovered you, they see you on social media, maybe they see a post or something like that, but they want to get to know you a little bit better. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the relationship building system. The E stands for Exceptional Sales System. Okay, we'll talk about that next week. And then the A stands for Accelerated Delivery System. And then the M stands for Matchless Client Success System. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the power of relationship building in the Dream Flow formula. Because here's the thing, building strong relationships is the key to nurturing more of a know, like, and trust factor, right? Loyalty, right? And ultimately cash flow, because people will buy from you once they know you a little bit better, right? So let's talk a little bit about what that may look like, because for each of you who have different types of businesses, it may look a little bit different. So this is kind of like a framework for building more of a know, like, and trust factor through building relationships. One of the things that we always say as a result of our networking event that we've been having, like we said, for over 3 years, is that we cultivate an environment that's conducive for building relationships. It is so important because it helps to cut down the noise of a lot of folks that's out there that you don't know. So when you come to the event, we are really very intentional about building relationships. And so that's why we do things the way we do it, right? One of the things I really got frustrated about when going to a lot of the other networking events was that people always wanted to just get your contact information, schedule a one-on-one with you, and then sell to you, right? And that is not what we're all about here. So you'll hear us talking a lot about relationship building. Every time you come, we'll be saying something as it relates to building relationships. So anyway, so what that may look like in terms of a system or a process for you. One of the things you want to make sure that you do, and this is step one, is to nurture your audience. Okay. Nurture your audience. Understanding the importance of nurturing your audience and staying on top of mind of your audience is so very essential, right? And you really want to, your goal should be anytime you engage with, whether it's a prospect or a potential client, is that you're providing value. Dorothy just said that a few minutes ago about value, right? So when people come to our networking event, we want to make sure that we provide value, that you walk away with something that you can apply in your business, in your life, right? And so that is, our aim. That's our goal, is that you're able to walk away with something. I don't care if it's just one little thing, like, yeah, when I went to that networking event, I was able to get this tip, and I can apply that today in my business or in my life somehow. So you want to provide value and build trust with your potential clients. So I heard a great quote over the weekend. I was watching, it was, I think it's called Undercover Billionaire or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of it. But anyway, so one of the participants, or one of the persons that was in the show, it was a great quote, and it just really kind of stuck with me. She said, "Don't just know your value, show your value," right? Because we know that knowing your value, right, is about understanding like your unique strength, your skills, your expertise, and being very, very confident about that. So it's about recognizing what you bring to the table, what you bring to the marketplace, right? And so when you know what that is, you have more confidence in your abilities and your ideas and your contributions, right? But when she said show your value, I was like, yeah, that it really stuck with me, right? Because there is a difference between just knowing your value and showing your value, right? Knowing your value is not enough, but it's equally important to show your value, right? Because it involves effectively communicating and demonstrating your worth, showcasing your expertise, your skills, the results that you can deliver, right? That's one of the reasons why when in my business, I have workshops, I have decluttering events. And so I know that from those events, it's transformational, right? They're getting results by going through these processes with me to declutter their lives. A lot of them have launched their businesses as a result of it, but they get to know, like, and trust me because they're experiencing me now. And that is what builds relationships, right? So to me, it pertains to clients and prospects, right? But it's about positioning as well. Okay. So you want to nurture your audience, right? And again, that clients, prospects, whether you are posting things on, social media, whether you have events, whatever that is, right? They want to know that you can deliver what you say you're talking about, right? So, and then you want to create a system around that, something that allows you to be consistent in your communication and your engagement. So, number one is nurturing your audience. Number two, a good a good thing to have in the process is you want to make sure that you're building an email list. Recognize that there's power in the list, right? An email list is extremely powerful. And I know that you all know this already, right? Because you're on somebody's email list, right? But the thing you want to do is no matter what type of business you have, you want to get them off of social media and somehow get them into your email list. Whether that means you create some kind of a lead magnet or provide some kind of resource or a checklist and a mini course, whatever that is. You want to get them off of social media. And I know you all know this because, like, we don't own LinkedIn, we don't own Facebook, we don't own any of those platforms, but we can own our email list, right? So that's the second thing that you want to do. In addition to nurturing your audience, you want to capture their information, provide a way to capture their information and build an email list so that you can continue nurturing your audience. They want to hear from you, right, on a regular basis. Okay. And all of this builds a know, like, and trust factor. Okay. Understanding the importance of it, of having this know, like, and trust factor with your audience is so very essential. And in doing that, you want to make sure that you are sharing your stories. I try my best, even in as I'm doing right now, I'm sharing with you some of the things, some of my challenges. I shared with you when I first started talking about this, that I have my own decluttering challenges. I have my own pack rat tendencies, right? And my journey is what I share with people who come to my events, who come to this event, if I'm teaching or what have you. So being authentic and transparent in your interactions and in your engagement with people helps to build and create a know, like, and trust factor. And so the last one is hosting events and workshops like this, like I was just telling you, you should be somehow getting people in your space, right? And organizing, some type of events or what have you, so that there is further engagement with your audience, right? Not just, having stuff on social media. You want to do things like have webinars and live workshops and networking events, just like you all are coming here to ours, right? And the last thing is getting continuous feedback for improvement, right? Implement some type of system where you are getting feedback. One of the things that I like to do, particularly in my workshops, is I like to get feedback from them, whether that's a testimonial. Sometimes, I will ask them during the workshop, what was their, aha moment? What was their, what was something that they can really implement as a result of it? as a result of going through the workshop, right? Just like we're going to be asking you for your feedback, right? So we do what I'm talking about now. We actually do that, even if it's a networking event. And so you can do that by collecting, information, surveys, polls, or what have you, even one-on-one conversations, right? All of this helps you to analyze your data because you really want to make sure that you are staying on top of what you're sharing. Is it relevant? And, or do you need to make some necessary pivots in your business? I don't know about you. I've had to make some over the past 20 years. And so you want to make sure that you're speaking their language. All of these type of things really does help in terms of building powerful relationships. Okay. So nurturing your audience, building an email list, create a know, like, and trust factor, hosting events and workshops, and then continuously gathering
Are
feedback.
you feeling overwhelmed trying to navigate the world of online entrepreneurship? Are you a female entrepreneur, coach, consultant, or service based professional struggling to turn your dreams into a sustainable reality? Are you tired of the endless to do lists, sleepless nights for fear of things slipping through the cracks, and worrying about the next client? If this is you, and you're ready to transform your business into a thriving, sustainable, and vibrant venture that you love, then listen up. I'm Eldrima Harper, business and podcast launch strategist, declutter coach, and the host of the OrganizedPreneur podcast. As a professional organizer in the business for more than 20 years, I've been there, and so I get it. But by listening and subscribing to this podcast, what you'll discover are ways to get organized, implement systems to help you free up your time and energy so that you can focus on things that matter. And here's the cool part. You'll even discover how you can leverage the power of podcasts to attract top-notch leads straight into your virtual doorstep so that your pipeline pops with opportunities. It's time to say goodbye to chaos and confusion, and hello to clarity, confidence, and certainty in your dream business. Are you ready?